Good evening, everyone, and I'm the last speaker for the day. And there are so many people here, and I think that is very much a reason to be more enthusiastic about green hydrogen. This is the evidence of the enthusiasm about hydrogen. So thank you very much for your patience. Slides, I think, coming up. By the time slides are coming up, let me introduce myself. I'm Ajinkya Kamat. I work as Innovation Fellow with India Energy Storage Alliance, IESA. IESA is an industry alliance of more than 160 member companies across the value chain in energy storage, electric mobility, and green hydrogen industries in India. Pleasure to actually share the dais with two of our member companies, Bosch and Mahindra Rise. And our member companies include companies from startups to large conglomerates like Reliance, then PSU companies, and from material producers, component manufacturers to OEMs in these industries. And we are active in policy space as well as in skill development, capacity building space. We recently held our first Green Hydrogen Masterclass training program for industry executives. So these are all the member organizations of India Energy Storage Alliance. These are our leadership council members. Customized Energy Solutions is our parent organization that founded and manages India Energy Storage Alliance. So IESA organizes its activities under these four key initiatives. SESI is focusing on stationary energy storage, IEMC on electric mobility, then India Battery Manufacturing Supply Chain Council in manufacturing and supply chain, and finally India Green Hydrogen Council focuses on green hydrogen. These are the member organizations in the India Green Hydrogen Council, also international partners and knowledge partners and key government agencies that we interact with. IES has been active in green hydrogen space for more than 4 years. And some of the recent contributions, examples of contributions are that we are participating as a member of Indo-German Green Hydrogen Task Force, and also have been instrumental in in designing India's Hydrogen Valley Innovation Cluster initiative. So coming to the topic of the session, and I promise I'll be quick, but I'll start with this slide just to emphasize that when we talk about hydrogen, the hydrogen value chain and ecosystem is complex. It involves multiple industries, multiple sectors, different types of infrastructures, and the focus of this session is going to be and is this piece. So I'll focus on just three questions and provide my thoughts. Number one, how hydrogen fuel cells compare with other mobility technologies. 2, on drivers of cost reduction. 3, on sort of long-term perspective in terms of cost competitiveness. So the first one, and previous speakers have also spoken about advantages and challenges with fuel cells when they compare with internal combustion engine for mobility. Diesel engine efficiency is relatively low. But there are also challenges related to fuel cell for mobility industry is still developing, and service life of fuel cells is also one challenge. Then previous speakers have also spoken about comparison between Toyota Mirai and Tesla Model S. So here also we can see that fuel cell vehicles, they have some advantages in terms of energy density and weight of the fuel cell system versus weight of the battery vehicles. So there are definitely some advantages that fuel cells provide. Within fuel cells, there are different types of fuel cells that were described, and which one right now shows most promise in mobility applications. And you can see in key parameters such as startup time, which is also measure of ramp-up time for acceleration, temperature of operation, electrical efficiency, and stack compactness put together, PEM fuel cells, they score better compared to other fuel cell technologies. So this is to answer the first question of how fuel cells for mobility compare with other mobility applications. They have some clear advantages, but there are also challenges which need to be addressed. And one key challenge is, of course, the cost. And so what are the key cost drivers of fuel cells? And there are four cost drivers: cost of the fuel cells themselves, then cost of the storage tanks, cost of the refueling infrastructure, and cost of the hydrogen. In fuel cell cost, of course, the platinum, the previous speakers, Director Pant also mentioned about platinum group elements. They are the challenge. Then not just the stack, but also its balance of plant components. They are also a challenge. And if we look at the demand, and if we want fuel cells vehicles to get 5% share in the truck segment of mobility, then we need 5 plants producing 1 lakh stacks per year. That is the kind of level where we need to reach. If we talk about storage tanks, then the materials for storage tanks is a challenge. Economies of scale can drive costs down. In refueling infrastructure, the utilization of refueling stations, how many cars the refueling station is serving per day, that is going to be a key determinant of the delivered cost of hydrogen at the refueling station. Then also within that, there are components of the compressors, safety and permitting requirements. They also drive the cost. And it was mentioned in the one of the previous talks that if we want to serve the hydrogen to 1 million vehicles, then for fuel cell electric vehicles, we need about the similar number of refueling stations. But for battery electric vehicles, we need private charging stations almost equal in number to the vehicles, and fast charging public stations. The hydrogen costs are also a driver for fuel cell costs, because the more the hydrogen costs come down, the break-even point of where fuel cell cars become competitive with battery electric vehicles or the internal combustion engine vehicles, it changes. So this is one example that if the fuel cell costs come down here, and again economies of scale, if they are manufactured at this scale, then the cost of the competitiveness with other technologies come at this level of hydrogen cost. So because economies of scale were mentioned in all the points, these are some of the examples of the effects of economies of scale. So in the manufacturing of bipolar plates, storage tank systems, etc., if we increase the scale of manufacturing, then it has a substantial effect on the cost of the fuel cells and fuel cell applications in mobility. And similarly, in the refueling station, it's capex. If we increase the utilization of the refueling station, in the sense refueling station serving larger number of cars, then also that has along with the manufacturing scale as well, then that also has substantial effect on the capex of refueling station. So that brings me to the third point that I mentioned, and that is we looked at what are the key cost drivers, what needs to be addressed. So fast forward long term, say 2047, how does the total cost of ownership look like for different scenarios of hydrogen cost? So in this plot, it shows 2 scenarios. So one, the hydrogen cost is at $3 per kg, and one hydrogen cost at $1 per kg. And then what is the 10-year total cost of ownership of the hydrogen internal combustion engine, battery electric vehicles, and fuel cell vehicles? And this is for a 40-ton truck. The vertical axis is in lakh rupees. So when it says 500, it is 500 lakh or 5 crore rupees. And we can see that if hydrogen is more expensive, then of course the total cost of ownership of fuel cell electric vehicles is much higher. But if hydrogen becomes cheaper, then that break-even point for fuel cell electric vehicles also is lower, and automatically the fuel cell electric vehicles, their total cost of ownership reduces. Of course, it also depends on the utilization of the truck. So a truck that runs for about 6 lakhs kilometers every year, for that the difference between different technologies is not the same as a truck that runs for more than 14 lakh kilometers per year. So that covers the 3 questions that on which I wanted to provide the thoughts. Happy to take any questions and looking forward to the discussion. Thank you.